Hey YouTubers. Alright, now what I have up next is a RB 924 Ibanez Roadstar II. This puppy was built in '83, and that was pretty much it for this model. This thing is absolutely gorgeous. I love this thing. What can I say about this bad boy? The body is alder with a bird's eye maple cap. Now that goes on the face and on the headstock too. There's what if you see anything on there, that's all the bird's eye maple cap that is on the headstock. So again, alder body. So the weight on this thing, it's not really heavy, but it's not really light either. You know, it feels just perfect in there. The neck is maple. This has a maple neck with a rosewood fretboard, dotted inlays. This one is a 34-inch scale. Pickups. These pickups are very, very cool looking. They're definitely very vintage. Like it's awesome. And look at the finish on that body. Don't mind the little smears here; those are all from my hands. But the finish on this thing, it's just unreal. It's gorgeous. There's your back, which of course, again, it's like a burgundy kind of wine finish to the back. As you can see, it's not an active pickup. You know, there's no battery compartment. This is completely passive. Now, these are the Super P5S and the J6. Alright, P5S and the J6. Those are your pickups. You have 4 different controllers on this. One of them is being the balancer, which would pretty much be the one that selects the balance, basically the tone. All right, 3 different knobs on this. This one here is what they call the I believe that this one is the tri-sound. It's a 3-way pickup selector switch. Obviously, you put it towards the top or towards the front. That'll give you the neck. Put it in the middle, you get both. You put it down towards a bridge, you get the bridge. So obviously the bridge pickup has more treble than it does bass, and vice versa. And actually, let me rephrase that. It's kind of confusing. You put the switch up this way towards the neck, you're going to get the bridge. You put it towards the back, you're going to get the neck. I'm sure you can tell the difference between the sounds. Alright. And of course, this middle one here, that's your main volume. Alright. This one here will be your what they like to call the tone, I guess, because you can get less treble to more treble. I don't know if you can tell the difference in sound as I flip that around. And this one here is your balancer, actually. Bass, treble, and some people say that this switch, and I can't get any clarification. So this switch, they're saying that it's actually to switch between active and passive, which is not the case. This is not an active bass. Otherwise, it would have a compartment for your battery. And believe me, I already opened this compartment, and there's nothing in there for a battery. So this is not an active bass. If you hear that this is a coil tapping thing to swap between active and passive, that is not accurate, unless they modified it and added, made it to where it is active, then okay, you can take their word for it. But as far as I'm concerned, that's a pickup selector switch here. All right. This is a Japanese Ibanez. This is a very well sought after bass. I mean, it is rare. On top of the fact, this thing is 31 years old. 31 years old, and it still kicks butt. Because I don't know if I'm going to have any younger ones watching this video, so I'm going to keep it politically correct. Keep it PG. All right, so if I get a much closer, yeah, the camera adjusts itself beautifully. As you can see, that is the finish. It is immaculate. It is in great shape. Only problem is here. Dun dun dun. I guess somebody at some point got careless and dropped the bass too hard on the bottom. Which, by the way, I guess they didn't know that when people say drop the bass, it's a figure of speech. So, anyways, I also like the strap holders. I haven't felt the need to have to install strap locks on this, because look at this thing. It wings out, and it's angled in a position to where when you put your strap on there, that sucker it's not going anywhere. That sucker is locked in place. And I typically will put strap locks on my basses simply because I move around a lot when I play bass. And look how contoured that is. How thin it is up on the top where they put it in there. The lighting kind of sucks, and I'm sorry. But the thickness is awesome. Obviously, as you can see, it has cream binding, and that's all throughout the front, from end all the way down to this end. This has a four bolt bolted on with four bolts on there. And the thing about the knobs also is that it has something that is called a shore grip. All right. The knobs in itself, they're plastic, right? But it has a rubber piece on top, which, if I take it off, that piece is rubber. So if you get your hands on one of these, be mindful of that. All right, you don't want to lose this. All right, because that, and I don't want to super glue it because I don't want to mess it up. But it's a beautiful, beautiful sounding guitar. This one, bass it is also. This one, it's a slightly tapered neck, which it starts thin up here, and it kind of extends and it grows bigger as it gets closer to the neck. Keep it PG, people. But yeah, it does not. It's still comfortable all throughout. Like even down here, I don't feel that I have to extend my fingers so much. Because some basses, they start slim here and they're like really thick down here for some reason. This one keeps it, pardon the expression, but it keeps it stupid simple. So yeah, this one, unfortunately, as far as the tuners go, it only has two of the original Ibanez tuners on it, which are these bottom ones right here. These are added on. They're Schallers up on the top. That's for the A and D string. But I figured I'd play a little something, and that way you have an idea on what it sounds like. And also, down here is where the truss rod adjustment is. It's in there. So if you want to adjust the truss rod, you're going to need a special tool that will fit in there without damaging the finish. Because you're not going to find an Allen wrench that fits in there, and it's not at an angle, it's straight. So yeah, that's not going to happen unless you unbolt the neck and give it a few twists, put it back together, tighten it down. So yeah, it'll be a pain in the neck to readjust that if you really wanted to. But so volume up, I'm going to have the balancer midsection, and I want to have the tone over towards the mid, right around here somewhere. Alright, so what should I play? I don't know. Let me just play what I like that switch I made there. I decided, well, you know, since this is an 83, let me throw some Boston in here. Play a little bit of Boston. But, okay, I'm going to switch the switch over to the bridge pickup. Alright? Now, switch it over to the neck pickup. Okay, so, anywho, there you go. Now I'm going to put it towards the center to get both pickups, and I'm going to put the balancer all the way towards the front, turned all the way to my left. Alright. Kind of goof, sorry. Alright, moving it all the way towards my right. Moving that up to back up to the central position. Volume is all the way up. Now I'm going to move the rear knob, which I'm going to guess it's the tone, because it does affect it. So I'm going to move it all the way up, which means that the tone is less treble, more bass. Back. So there you have it. 31-year-old bass, playing like a charm. Ibanez Roadstar II RB 924. Hope the video was good enough for you, and until my next review, have a good one.